What's up, y'all? I'm going to be walking through an abridged version of a chakra series that I am putting together for the yoga studios that I teach at. And just to start off a little bit in terms of the theory and the philosophy behind the chakras, and what we'll focus on today is the root chakra, the lowest in the chakra system, otherwise known as the Muladhara. Each energy center, the 7 main energy centers or chakras in the body, has a physical, emotional, and spiritual component to it. So the Muladhara chakra, in terms of the physical, the organs that represent the Muladhara are the legs, the feet, the bones, the actual structural support in the body. And so we're going to be doing a foot focused flow to come into alignment with the organ. And I personally think that the feet in yoga they go undernoticed. And feet are so flipping important for everything. They literally carry us throughout life. And I don't think that I personally give them enough attention in a lot of my yogic practices. So we'll be focused on the feet, getting into those a little bit, and we'll also be focused on this idea of grounding, of rooting down, and of finding stability, because again, the emotional or spiritual component of the chakra, if you want to go there, of the Muladhara, is being able to find safety in your body, feeling at home, feeling like you have the resources with which to meet life's necessities, kind of the familial and social order of things. So I'll get off my soapbox. And with that being said, we'll get started in a seat. And if it feels comfortable to do so, bring your feet to touch and try to make sure that every single toe, if you've got all 10 toes, are touching one another to begin with. So every toe is touching, and then bring your palms to touch, every finger touching at heart center. And if it feels comfortable, soften the gaze or close the eyes altogether. And I'll offer a little mantra for us to start with, to tune into our breath, to tune into the energy of the Muladhara. On your inhale, I would like you to say to yourself, I am safe. And on your exhale, I am grounded. Breathing in deeply through the nose, I am safe. Rooting down through the sits bones, I am grounded. One more deep breath in, I am safe. Fill up, get big. And then sink into the earth on the exhale. You are grounded. Beautiful. Now, to start our warming up through the toes, we're actually going to take each of our fingers and interlace them between each of our toes. Now, it might take a little bit of finagling to get there, and this might feel really weird. It might look weird. Maybe it smells weird. I don't know. But this actually helps a lot in terms of lengthening and stretching out some of that fascia in the underside of the foot that actually extends and flexes each and every one of our toes to help us get a little bit more stability through every single one of the toes, which is going to help us a lot in our balancing once we get there in our practice. So just kind of like wiggling out with your fingers between your toes. You might be starting to lose a little circulation in the fingers there. That's okay. We're just here for one more full breath. They're little finger toe spacers. And then release them on the breath out. Wiggle the toes out. Now, I always love to offer the option of blocks if you've got them. No need to have blocks in this practice, but we'll start off our first full asana together in kind of a moving balasana or yogic squat. So you're coming high onto the toes. Look at how high I am on those toes to really stretch out the plantar fascia beneath you, coming onto the ball mound, feeling through the big toe, the little toe. And again, you can use blocks here, or you can just kind of come onto your fingertips and sway from side to side like a little garland. And then we'll come to center and we'll just hang out right here. Now, this might be a lot. So again, you can pop a block underneath your sits bones at whatever height feels good. You can also, if you want to intensify and you've got a lot of openness through the hips already, as opposed to bringing your palms to touch, you can bring your fists to touch, and that'll help press your legs out. Also, again, I'm going to cue to this multiple times. Beautiful option for a block as well if you want even more stretch through the adductors and the hips, through those internal muscles. Find some stillness, find some lift through the spine. And then you can release that block if you've got it. Heel toe your feet together and then send your hips high up to the sky. We're just going to take a little ragdoll pose here. So you can grab a hold of opposite elbows if it feels good. Also, a beautiful option is to interlace the fingers together and gently tuck your chin towards your chest. Beautiful flexion through the spine, all the way through the cervical spine here. Deep breaths. Shift your weight a little bit more into your toes. Take the opposite grip of the elbows if that's what you were taking beforehand. Take 2 more cycles of breath here. All right, relax your fingertips down. Heel toe your toes to touch, and then slowly soften the knees. Rise up 1 vertebrae at a time. Ground down through the feet, through the heels. Take a deep breath and roll your shoulders up to your ears. And then exhale, relax them down your back. Just take 1 moment here. Find your reason why you came today, your intention. Again, I offer the intention of I am grounded. Beautiful. I'm going to turn to face this way on the mat. On an inhale, reach your arms up overhead and come onto the toes. Now, this might already be kind of intense, and just lean into all the little creaks, the wiggles, the wobbles that occur here. You are building strength through the feet, which actually helps us out a lot as we get older and not falling down. Strength in the feet and the toes is like huge in terms of that. But we're just hanging out here. Tuck the rib cage in, relax the shoulders down your back, and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly keep the heels lifted. Sink down into a lifted chair pose. So you're just hinging at the hips, coming down as low as feels good. And you can keep your arms overhead. If this is too much in the shoulders, you can always bring your palms to heart center. That might help to center you a little bit. Just find a gazing point on the earth, otherwise known as your drishti in Sanskrit, to create stability through the mind, stillness through the mind. And that carries out through the physical body. Your heels are still lifted, yeah? Beautiful. Reach your arms back behind you. Find airplane arms. You're staying on the toes. We are building all of that strength and stability here. Just breathe. Pull your shoulder blades together behind you for 3. Extend through the fingertips for 2. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms overhead, exhale forward, fold your toes on your toes. Heels are still lifted. Beautiful job here. And then relax your heels down. Take a little rock from side to side, just bending through each knee. All right, roll up. Left foot is our base. We're going to come into one-legged mountain. Right knee lifts. Right knee is directly in line with your right hip. Reach your arms up overhead. We're already going to get into that balancing. So nice and wide through the toes here. Take a breath in, interlace your fingers together, and then find a little back bend on your next inhale. Maybe it's just a tiny micro back bend. You can barely even see it. Maybe it's just your gaze that's going up to the sky. Whoo! Breathe in. Exhale. Crouch your back forward. Reach your arms forward. Tuck your chin. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breath to movement. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, go forward, tuck and round. reach up on your breath in. Little back bend. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, reach up, release the grip. Exhale, low lunge, step your right toes back, frame your left foot. And then on an inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg rises. And just roll out through the ankle here, 2 or 3 circles, going one way, go the other way. And then bend your left knee. Keep equal pressure through the palms, and then find some hip circles. Maybe 2, 3, or 4 going forward. And going back. Beautiful. Find a little bit of length through the left leg on your breath in. Exhale, you can either find downward facing dog or take high to low plank. You can either leave left leg lifted, you can ground it, you can come to your knees if that's what you're feeling. Just bend your elbows directly back behind you and then inhale, upward facing dog. Press through the tops of your feet, lift your knees off of the mat, gaze just slightly up. Exhale, down dog, roll over your toes, lift your hips up and back. Now, this is our first time in down dog, so maybe just take a moment here, pedal out, press through opposite palm and opposite foot, pressure through the right palm and the left foot, bending through the right knee, just to get in a little bit deeper to the back line of the legs. All right, on an inhale, come back to center and gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. You can step or hop to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. First time here, so we're gonna stay for 2 breaths. Palms to shins or thighs, just avoid the knee joint. And shift your weight into your toes to, again, feel deeper through the entire back line of the leg. On your next inhale, press against your legs. Find a little bit more space through every vertebra of your spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Get empty. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up, come onto your toes. We're not gonna be staying here for quite as long as we did before. So take 1 breath in, and then exhale, chair pose on your toes. Stay lifted, stay lifted. Inhale, airplane arms, sweep your arms back behind you. 1 breath here, and then reach it back up. Exhale, forward fold, stay on your toes. Now, heels release to the earth. Right foot is now our base. Inhale, one-legged mountain, left knee lifts. Interlace your fingers at the top. Take a breath in, find that little back bend, and then take your time. Take your time. Clearly, I'm rushing through this. Exhale, reach forward. Tuck and round. Inhale, reach up. Gaze up. Exhale, tuck, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chin tucks, reach forward, release the grip, reach your arms up, breathe in. Exhale, low lunge, palms to frame your right foot. And then inhale, 3-legged dog. Right leg lifts. Find those ankle circles first. 3, going clockwise, counterclockwise, and then bend the right knee. Deep breaths into the hip space. Get all that blood flow into the labrum of the hip. All right, take a breath in, reach your right leg straight, and then exhale, high to low plank. Again, right leg can stay lifted. You can ground it, come onto the knees. Elbows straight back, and then press upward facing dog on your breath in. Down dog on the breath out. We're gonna do that 1 more time, breath to movement, so a little bit faster now. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. You can step or hop to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose on your toes. Exhale, chair, sink it deep. Airplane arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold on the toes. Sink your heels down. And then left foot is your base. Inhale, one-legged mountain, right knee lifts. I know we're doing the opposite side. That's okay. We'll come back and do the other one. Fingertips interlace. Find a little back bend on your breath in. Reach forward on your breath out. Release the grip, reach up, breathe in. And then exhale, low lunge. Oh, just kidding, we did the right side. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high. Exhale, high to low plank, your chaturanga. Left leg can stay lifted if you're feeling it. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, other side. Inhale, we gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose on your toes, root to rise. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Airplane arms on your next breath in. Reach it up on your next breath out. Take a breath in at the top. Exhale, fold on the toes. Relax your heels down. Think right foot is now our base. Left knee lifts. Inhale, interlace the fingers. Find a little back bend. Exhale, reach forward. Take your time. Release the grip, reach up, breathe in. And exhale, low lunge. Right leg high. Take a breath in at the top. Then high to low plank on your breath out. Up dog. Down dog. All right. Moving on. We're going to take a breath in and gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, chair pose, come up. Our heels are grounded now. So in chair, it's easy to sway the hips back. Tuck your tailbone under, pull your belly button to your spine to protect your low back, and then ground down so much through the heels, gaze down, maybe your toes start to lift off of the earth. On an inhale, come onto the toes. I know you thought we forgot about them, but we didn't. Interlace your fingers together, punch your fists up and away. Take a breath in, crack open through the chest. Exhale, drinking bird. If your heels drop at any point, feel free to let them go. Just pull them right back up as your nose steers towards your knees. You're here for 3. 2. In 1, lower your heels down, reach up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift on your inhale. High to low plank on the breath out. You can hop or step it back. You can add in push-ups if you're feeling really spicy. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, little mandala flow. On an inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Breathe and hold here for just 3. Press the earth away for 2. Find a little bit more space, a little bit more lift. In 1, release your right foot between your palms. And then on an inhale, high crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms up, lower yourself in. You can have a deep bend through your back knee if that feels good. But once you find that squareness through the hips by pulling your right hip back and left hip forward, see how much you can extend that back leg without finding tweaking or twinging there. On your next inhale, airplane arms. Shift your weight into your right foot. You are super light on your left toes, like you almost want to come and fly away, but we're not doing it just yet. Now, inhale, reach your arms overhead, like you're holding onto a giant beach ball, and if you feel sturdy, come onto the toes of your right foot. Breathe here for 3. 2. Belly button to spine. In 1, release your front right heel down. Breathe in, airplane. Launch forward. You can either bring your palms to heart center if you need to find those blocks under your palms. That's welcome here. Fullest expression, you reach your fingers back, crack open through the chest. Gaze straight down for 3. Squeeze your left glute for 2. In 1, lower your left toes behind you. Find warrior 2. I know I'm facing away from you, but I promise I'll be back soon. You can surf in and out of this front knee if it feels good. And then settle into the shape. Ground down through the knife edge of your back left foot. And then inhale, reverse warrior. Left palm down your back leg or grab for a half bind. Relax your right shoulder into its shoulder socket. Take a breath in, find some lift. And then exhale, lateral lunge towards the back of your mat. I guess there's not really a front and a back, but bend through your left knee. Both toes facing in the same direction. Get low through the hips, and then like a ninja, breathe in to prepare. Exhale, lateral lunge to the front. Stay low the whole time. Beautiful. On an inhale, find a star pose. Reach up, find some lift. Exhale, horse squat. Heels in, toes out. Now, we're gonna get into a little pulsing together. As if we haven't warmed up through the feet enough. Come onto the toes of your right foot and just pulse here for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, to the left. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both heels lift, and you can stay right here in stillness or pulse for 4, 3, 2, yeah, juicy. In 1, heels lower, reach up, find star pose. Exhale, warrior 2 to the other side. So bend through your left knee now. Knife edge of right foot is engaged to keep right glute lit up. Now, funky transition. Come onto the toes of your back foot, right foot, and then circle sweep your right arm forward. You might have to shorten the stance just a little bit, coming back to that high crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Airplane arms on your breath out. Inhale, reach up overhead. Ground down through your left foot. Exhale, step it up. Chair pose with airplane arms. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Your back bend on your breath out. Cactus the arms, squeeze the glutes to protect the low back, shine the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. We're gonna do that all over again. Breath to movement on the same side. Classic mandala. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Airplane arms on your breath out. Come onto the toes. Take opposite bind here. Find a little drinking bird. Let's go. Nose to your knees for 3, for 2, 1. Heels lower. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. High to low, plank, hop, step it back. You can always just go high plank, straight to downward facing dog if that's what you're feeling. Skip the chaturanga altogether. On an inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Reach it back, airplane arms. Inhale, reach up. Lift onto the toes of your right foot. You thought I forgot, but I didn't. Exhale, lower your heel, airplane pose. You're here for 3. Left foot can be pointed, it can be flexed, whatever you do, just do it with intention for 2. And 1, slowly step your left toes back behind you. Open up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, lateral lunge, left knee bends. Actually getting into lots of hip mobility here too. Shift it to the front or the back, opposite side, you know what I mean. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, horse squat. Inhale, star. Warrior 2, left knee bends. Come onto the toes of your back right foot and then circle sweep your right arm forward. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Then reach it back. Reach it forward. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, reach up, mountain. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, fold. Half lift on the inhale. High to low plank on your breath out. Again, option to hop or step it back. We'll be working on hopping forward and back soon in our next, actually our third chakra sequence. So we're gonna take that all over again on the other side. You ready? Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, chair. Airplane arms on your breath out. Find the grip. Find the lift, the space between your fists and your low back. Take a breath in, and then exhale, fold, drinking bird. Lower your heels, release your grip. Breathe in, come back through chair. Exhale, fold. Half lift on the inhale. And again, high to low plank on your breath out, or you can just go high plank straight to downward facing dog. But we're almost there. So I encourage you to keep building the heat. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. We hold here for 3. Dome through the upper back for 2. Lift through the hips in 1. Step your left foot between your palms. And then inhale, high crescent lunge. Whew. Breaking a sweat. Hope you are. Okay. Again, magnetize your inner thighs together to pull your right hip forward and left hip back in space. Always an option to give yourself a little adjustment. Settle the shoulders down your back. And then reach your arms back behind you. Weight super heavy in your left heel now. Very light on your right toes. And then inhale, reach your arms overhead. Come onto the toes of your front foot. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower through your left heel, launch, airplane. Again, option for blocks always. If your foot is flexed, try to point your right toes directly down to the earth to keep the hips square to the mat. 2 and 1. Lower your right toes back slowly with control. Windmill open. Warrior 2. And again, relax the shoulders down your spine. Keep the arms strong and gaze soft over your left fingertips. On your next breath in, reverse warrior. You can take that half bind if you did so on the first side. And then exhale, lateral lunge. Bend through your right knee. Again, both toes facing straight forward, straight in line. Stay low. And then shift it other way. All right, inhale, star. Exhale, horse squat. You're like, what are we gonna do on this side? Not those same pulses, but a little bit different. Bring your palms behind your head. Take a breath in. And then exhale, right elbow to right knee. Come back to center. Left elbow through center to the right. Come back to center. Take it to the left, to center. We're here for 4. Just 3. Whoo, in 2. Almost there. In 1. Inhale, star. Shake it out. Whoo. Exhale, warrior 2. Bend through your right knee. Come onto the toes of your back left foot. Circle, sweep your left arm forward. Take a breath in, find some length. Airplane arms. Reach it forward. Shift forward into your right foot, and then find chair pose with airplane arms. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and then come back to chair. Airplane arms. Find the basket grip behind you. Take a breath in. Whoo. Exhale, fold. Nose to your knees. Here for 3, 2. Relax the heels down, reach up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High to low plank. Okay, breath to movement. A little bit faster now, okay? Last time on this side. Breathe in, left leg goes high. Exhale, left knee to your nose, low lunge. Next inhale, reach it up. Airplane arms. Reach it forward, come onto the toes of your left foot for 3, 2, lower left heel down, launch, airplane pose. 3, 2, stay sturdy, you're rooted. In 1, lower the toes behind you, circle, sweep the arms open. Inhale, half, nope, reverse warrior. And then exhale, lateral lunge, bend through the right knee. Shift it forward, bend through the left. And then inhale, star pose. Exhale, horse squat. Inhale, star. Warrior 2 to the front. Come onto the toes of your back foot. Circle, sweep left arm up and forward. Take a breath in. Reach your arms back behind you. Inhale, reach them up. Exhale, step it forward, airplane arms. Inhale, mountain pose, root to rise. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach. Forward fold on the exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, high to low plank, your chaturanga. Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, come to your knees. We're just gonna do a little final bit of balancing. So when you're ready, come onto the feet. And then one-legged mountain is where we will start. Okay. From here, left palm comes around your left hip, and then bring the peace fingers of your right palm around your right big toe. Now, you might want to stay right here, okay? And if you're really like reaching over, rounded down, maybe right here is a good place for you to just work on that balance, or just come back to one-legged mountain. If you're like, yeah, let's go, Madeline, I got my toes, where are we going? Start to straighten your right knee, kicking your right heel towards the front of the room. Don't have to have a perfectly straight right leg by any means, but then once you get stable, kick it out to the side. Reach your left arm out, and then fullest expression, just your eyeballs start to gaze to the left first, and then your head shifts altogether. You're here for 3, 2, hot style tree in 1. You bring the top of your foot to the hip crease of your left hip. Now, you can either stay right here in this supported posture and just hang out in tree. You can grow your branches. You are sturdy, you are rooted through your left foot, or come into big toe stand. How do we get there? We fold over our hips until our fingers either meet some blocks or the mat, and then come onto the toes of your left foot, and then sit your hips down. Now, my hips are lifted, relatively, because I don't want to be collapsing onto my left ankle. I want to stay lifted through the chest. Now, blocks are really helpful here, just to keep your fingers tinted. Eventually, maybe palms come to heart center. Play around with this. Again, find that drishti, find your gazing point. And then when you've had enough, relax your heel down, hips up to the sky, and then soften through your left knee. Reach up from hot style tree, find one-legged mountain. Exhale, relax your right leg down. We'll take it to the other side. Okay, so shake out through the left leg. All right, coming back. You are grounded, you are safe, you are sturdy through your right foot. Take a breath in, left knee now lifts. Peace fingers of left hand around your left big toe. And then again, right hand comes to your right hip. And you can either stay right here, you can come back to one-legged mountain, or if we took it there on the first side, take it on this side. Slowly extend your left leg forward, kick it out to the side, embrace all the wiggles, all the wobbles. That's how you get stronger. And then right arm reaches out. And again, gaze just with the fingers, and eventually with the whole head. You're here for 3, for 2. Hot style tree in 1. Bring the top of your left foot to the crease of your right hip. And then you can either stay right here, play around with the shape, or hinge directly at the hips. Come onto the toes of your right foot once you find the earth beneath your palms. Sit your hips down. And then again, blocks can come underneath your fingers. Stay tall through the chest. Eventually, palms will come to heart center. Here for 3, 2, 1. Relax your fingertips down, extend through your right knee, and then slowly rise up, one-legged mountain. Exhale, relax it down, and just sit in stillness for 1 moment. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. And then to close out, we'll just sit it on down, and we will find Supta Baddha Konasana, so the reclined version of the pose that we started with, soles of the feet to touch. You can have blocks underneath your knees if it feels a little bit more supportive. Just roll yourself down your spine until you come down to the earth. And you can either have your arms long beside you or place your right hand over your belly, left hand over your heart. Feel your heart beating. Feel the earth beneath you. She's got you. Grow your roots down below you on your next exhale. Get nice and heavy. Sink into the space below you. And then get nice and light on your next breath in. Release your palms, place them behind the back of your thighs, close your knees like a book. You can bring your knees into your chest, lift your shoulders off of the earth, squeeze your chin in, give yourself a hug. And then exhale, release everything down. You can rock your knees from side to side. Slowly roll up to a seat. Your final Sukhasana. And again, if you feel comfortable doing so, soften the gaze down the bridge of your nose. Just keep the eyes nice and soft, or close the eyelids altogether. On your inhale, bring your palms together to heart center. Come back to your intention. Again, I offer that intention of I am grounded, I am rooted, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. On your next breath in, if it feels good to do so, bring your thumbs up to the space between your eyebrows. Take a nice deep breath in at the top. And then exhale. We bow to seal our practice.